Hey everybody, welcome back to the HIT.OR.DIE podcast with your hosts Jake Saldati and Chad Rothford. We're here in the Bulldog locker room where nobody else gets to be but us because we're freaking special. And we're here with two of the star players right now. Actually, we got freshman Murf Gray, starting third baseman, and if you've seen him, you've probably seen him. He should have been probably National Freshman of the Month. I don't know if that's even a thing, but he got Freshman of the Month or Freshman of the Week 4 straight weeks in the Mountain West. And then we got everybody loves him as the utility man, first base. He caught a little bit last year in his career. He's been the saves guy. Comes in, throws saves. He got tied for 9th in the country in saves with 8. Tommy Hopfe, which I love because he's a switch hitter. There's not many of those around. So if you want to be really good, be a switch hitter. It's a lot of fun. But thanks, guys, for joining the show.
Oh, yeah,
absolutely.
No problem.
Thank you for having us.
Dogs currently 19-19, 10-10 in the Mountain West. Tough weekend with San Jose State. We'll get past that. But no, Frontier High School, Tommy. And we were talking before this. Didn't play a lot at Frontier. You played your senior year COVID season. How did you end up at State? For those that don't know your path.
Yeah, I mean, after my freshman year of high school, I played JV, and I started playing in a red shirt league. It's just kind of all over California, playing against guys that aren't playing at their colleges or pro guys that are trying to get signed. And honestly, there was a close relationship with Ove from Brody Russell and my grandpa that are relatively close to them, and I had a workout with them in Buttonwillow. I don't know if you guys know where that is.
Yeah.
And there's just one little field in the middle of nowhere, and worked out for him that day, and we made a relationship and ended up getting here.
Kind of like a diamond in the rough kind of thing. I don't know how much recruiting is going. I mean, well, those are guys that are like rehabbing, you were saying, or indie guys, maybe.
Redshirt players.
Yeah, redshirt players. So how many guys were getting signed out of that league?
I'm going to be honest, I really don't know. Probably not much. You know, the competition was good at times, and also at other times it was not very great. So I think there was a couple of guys that got signed out of there, but there were not very many.
Interesting. I'd never heard of a league like other than, just normal independent ball and then Murf. We've gotten to know each other the last few years, playing against each other. It's been a pleasure to watch you grow as a player. And then off the field, just a fantastic kid. But what was your path to the Dogs? I know you got recruited fairly young from Ovi here, and was that an easy decision for you to make?
Yeah, it was a pretty easy decision to make just because it was my first offer, and then I was talking to Ovi, and we built a strong relationship early. So just building that relationship that early and him liking me, so that got me here.
And mom and dad, I bet, love it because you get to stay close to home. They can watch.
Yeah.
Friends, school can watch. I mean, you guys won your section title game on this field. How cool was that?
That was amazing. That was something, you really don't see too much of, winning a title and then going to that same school. So that was just something really special.
Yeah, I love that. Getting into you guys so far, like, we'll start with you, Murf. Like, you out the gate, sitting behind a senior, buying your time. Like, what's the conversations like that you having with coach, or opportunities, or what's your mindset? Is it just waiting for the opportunity, or how are you handling it right out the gate, knowing like I want to contribute now? And
I'm just taking advantage of opportunities, not like overdoing anything, just having confidence in myself and knowing that my game is strong enough to, take me places and keep me going.
How about you? Having to do because you got to mentally prep offensively for the bump. You never know. I mean, you're probably thinking you're going to have to pitch every day.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of understanding how the game's going. If it's a tight game, I kind of just got to get my mind right pitching. And this year it's been kind of harder. Last year I kind of just went in sporadically pitching wise. This year it's kind of like I got to be able to change. Like, I'm pitching now and I'm hitting now, and I was in a funk at the beginning of the year, kind of like thinking about my ABs when I'm on the mound, or thinking I'm gonna pitch when I'm hitting. And it's just kind of learning that, like, whatever I'm doing at that moment, I got to be fully bought into, and then I got to switch gears and get bought into the next thing afterwards.
I wanted to ask Murf, actually, from, coming from a small school in high school to the big stage, what was the transition like? School, weightlifting, practice, meetings, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, first week I was drained. It was completely different, you know, coming from such a small school with not much going on. It was just maybe an hour and a half practice and then your day's done. But now it's like you got school, 2-hour practice, weightlifting, homework, study hall, all these different things. And, you know, it was draining at first, but you get used to it over time.
How about you? I know you probably had a little bit more of the feel of that being with that league that you played in. But, you know, Bakersfield's not far away, but coming here and just transition to the college lifestyle, how did you handle it?
I mean, it was a pretty easy transition with I was always just kind of doing the same thing that we do now. You know, the lifting's a little more here, you know, a little more, I don't know, structured. You know, I was kind of just on my own, kind of doing my own thing. The biggest difference was just the structure of practices and lifting. Everything we were doing I felt like I was already doing.
Yeah.
Hey, one thing Ovi told me, like heading into the season, and you and I, Murph, might have talked about it briefly, but Coach set you guys up with alumni to start the season. So, Tommy, I was like, you know, who'd you pair up with, and then what did you get out of that conversation? Like, I mean, not too many details if you want to share, but who did you get paired up with, and what was the conversation like?
I had Ben Fritz, who was a pitcher and catcher here, so it was pretty funny that it was ironic that I got him. But you know, I got a lot of good information out of him. The biggest thing I took away from it is just freedom to fail. To be honest, like if I'm hitting, the pitcher's gonna win sometimes too, and just understanding that, you know. Same thing when I'm pitching, you know, the hitter's going to get his knocks, you know, so just understanding that and being fully bought in.
About you, Murph?
I had Terry Pendleton. He played third base, 3-time Gold Glove winner, and then AL MVP one year. And that was pretty special. All we talked about really was just having confidence and staying strong. And then if you want to play, keep yourself healthy. Don't ever try to push anything. If you're hurt, wait things out and make sure that you're healthy enough to play and do good for your team.
You felt like, I don't know, like you're going to have more to prove being a freshman?
Not really. It's just confidence. You know, I love these guys. They love me. So, you know, just having that relationship with the team, I feel comfortable in a good spot.
How has it been for you to see a freshman kind of come in and just all of a sudden tearing it up?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's all of a sudden. You know, he kind of did it the whole fall, and we kind of knew what we were expecting going into the season. It was just a matter of time where he got enough opportunity to show what he has. He did it all fall.
That probably help hitting behind him.
I mean,
does it hurt, you think?
I don't know. I'd rather hit in front of him.
Yeah, that's what I was
guess
thinking.
They're both kind of, you know, equal power numbers, so it's, you know, and I mean, if he's right or left, it's a little different. So
I'm gonna be honest, I really don't care. We're just hitting, you know.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. You know, you brought up switch hitter, and I don't know how much Chad loves the routine side of stuff.
Oh,
so I don't know if you want to get into some of that with both of them, as a matter of fact.
yeah. The hitting routine was like something that I took pride in, and a lot of people don't understand. Not only to be hit one way, but like both ways, like the work that goes into that. When these guys are like, "Oh, I got to get 150 hacks," well, no, I got to get 300 hacks. You know, so I got to get that extra, you know, than everybody else. And I took pride in it, and really, and you know, feeling good one way and really bad the other way, it sucks because you almost have to work more on the side you don't feel good on. When you're like, no, I feel good left-handed, I just want to, you know. And one thing I got, I forget, it was Mueller. He played for the Red Sox, switch hitter. I was with him with the Rockies, and he told me this, the best thing he ever told me. He said, whatever you feel worse on, he's like, don't even work on it that day. And I was like, what? Like, that makes no sense to me. And he's like, no, because just feel good from the left side. If you're like lefty, feel good. Don't worry about the right side. And then maybe the next day, because you still feel good, just go in there with an open mind and do it. And it was already late in my career. I was about done. But it was some advice where it kind of helped me out because I would get frustrated, like if I didn't go one way. But sometimes you just need to break off and just stick to one side, not for your career, but like for that day. So how is it with you? How many hacks you try to get your routine hitting, and then Murph, you as well after Hopfe?
I mean, my routine's pretty similar, like on both sides. I do a lot of the same stuff, and it's just kind of just day to day how the game went, kind of what I want to work on. And I feel like I'm not really like, if something's struggling, I'm not going to do it. Like, I feel like I got to go in there and go fix that at that moment.
I agree.
And, you know, they switch off, to be honest with you. I'll be hot one way and hot the other way, and it's just kind of trying to find a neutral ground within them. And
do you prefer a side?
I mean, that just changes from game to game, to be honest with you.
Nobody needs to hear that.
No, I honestly I would take left-handed any day of the week.
Yeah, we don't want the other teams. Yeah, no.
I mean, when it comes down to it, you still have the confidence to do both. But like, if you're coming at me at the bottom ninth, like, put me up left hand and throw me whatever you want. I'm fucking racking that shit. So that's just that's how I felt. So, but yeah, it's just. But do you try to do? So I was so different. Like I had two different stances. I could not do the same thing, and I tried to, and it just didn't work for me. What do you do?
I'm kind of in the rut right there right now. Like past couple weeks, I've been feeling really good right-handed, and I have like a bigger load right-handed. I've been kind of trying to get that going left-handed, but I don't think I have the exact same swings on both sides, and it's trying to find a common ground because it's kind of hard to have two different swings and go and work on two different things. I try to have them pretty similar, but it's just, yeah.
It's tough because you're two different people,
yeah.
You know, and people don't realize that don't do it, you know. So how about you with your routine and, you know, being at college, having more time in the cage and trying to pick brains of the older guys?
You know, it's definitely, you know, big having more time. You know, I get to build more confidence. You know, I usually start my day with about 25 swings off the tee. Then I move into my side toss. Then I move to the front toss. Then I get some machine. Then that's usually my day right there. I mean, that's about it.
You feeling good? You go off the back net. Do you get some big flies in there? What are you trying to work on?
No big flies. When I started working with Derek Kuhn, he's actually the head coach at Liberty.
Yeah.
My whole routine is just middle of the cage to the right side, nothing pull side. We know I can pull the ball. We know I got that power that way. So we're working everything that I need to work on that I might not have, like hitting the ball the other way hard, driving the ball up the middle. Just simple things to keep my game sharp to where I'm not trying to do anything too big.
There we go. That's what I wanted to hear.
Well, and
I
heard you talk about it. It was a couple years ago. It might have been when you signed. Like your main thing mentally was never striking out.
Never.
And I know in high school, it's obviously different. You know, it's competition's better, pitching's better. But that was like one thing I remember you discussing is like your mentality, your mindset was can't strike out.
Can't strike out. This guy can't strike me out. Like he has nothing to beat me. That was always my mentality. You know, now college, you know, better pitching, you know, better arms. You know, it's gonna happen. But my mentality's still the same. This guy can't beat me. I need to win no matter what.
Are you? I don't know how to ask it the right way. You know, he's a humble guy.
Yeah.
But how coming out the gate, like it's been pretty impressive to see you go these last few weeks. Anything you contributed it to, or just trying to put good swings on?
Just try to put good swings on and just staying confident, being myself. Just that kid from Madera. Nothing really changed. You're just doing your thing at a different level now.
Now, how much do you guys interact offensively as a group? Like as a team, I know guys, and if you're watching, guys may be coming in and out of here while we're talking. It's all good. They're going to go hit. I mean, you guys are probably going to be out of the cages here pretty soon. But how much are you guys helping each other throughout the day, especially Monday, off day, or are you guys just kind of on your own routine today?
I feel like it just kind of varies from guy to guy. I mean, there's a lot of guys that will come together, kind of talk about the weekend, work on the different things, kind of voice what we saw, kind of just break that down and work on that going forward, you know, just try not to make the same mistakes.
You go pick these guys' brains a lot?
Yeah, quite a bit. You know, every now and then I'll ask, you know, what do you see in this swing, or what do you do at the plate during your at-bats that maybe I can take from your at-bats and use during my at-bats? What are you doing different than I'm doing?
So you're stealing routines to add to your routine.
Yeah.
I like it.
Hey, it's about adjusting, man.
Well, how much is that? I mean, you played minor league ball, and even in pro ball, I bet that's even something happens more often than people think.
I mean, I think the best thing, I was weird because I like to try to find something in the pitcher to pick that he does that tips something, because I was a guest hitter, so I always like to do that. So I talk to guys, see if they see anything, what pitch do you see in this count, stuff like that. I know you guys have all that information now, more so with the TrackMan and all that, so you can go back. I think you were looking at something today. The paper was printed out from the weekend already, so you're already getting to see patterns and stuff. How much does that help? Like, I know we talk about analytics and how it could be good or bad, but the information, if you use it the right way, how helpful is that going into a series or a certain pitcher that has a certain pitch that you might be looking for?
I mean, this year's a lot different from last year. Last year, we just kind of got like, this guy throws 65% fastballs, and we wouldn't know, like, oh, is that to a righty or a lefty? And this year, it's a lot more like, this is what he does to lefties, this is what he does to righties. We have, like, what he does in runners in scoring position. That kind of just helps building the plan and just sticking with it. and just not going up there kind of guessing, hoping you get something. You just go up there, kind of, you have a plan, you stick to it, and if it works, it works.
You guys watch a lot of tape?
Yeah, quite a bit before every game that we play. We watch the starter, we watch the reliever that's usually coming in after that guy, and that plays a big role in it. I think our offense, just being able to watch pitchers like that and see what he's throwing, like 60% fastball to a lefty, 50% to a righty, this many curveballs, this guy, just knowing that stuff really plays into our game.
How much of that work are you doing on game day? Or are you guys trying to like just chill, get your mind right before game day? Like, tomorrow you guys are hit the road. Is that something you're doing on the bus trip?
I mean, I usually like to see who the starter is before the game and just kind of prep for what he's doing. If he's a high spin guy, I want to work, trying to get on top of the ball. And if he's a big off speed guy, I'm prepping to hit off speed that day. And it's just kind of however that pitcher is, that's what I'm preparing for that day.
Kind of the same?
Yeah, kind of the same thing. Whatever I'm being told, I just try to see it out. Ove lets us know pretty early we got this guy throwing this pitch in this count. So just knowing that stuff early plays into the game.
And I know your BP rounds are almost like you're off the starting pitcher. I know you guys do that. So is that helpful too in game day BP, knowing, hey, this guy likes to throw two seams away, and so, Jack will throw some two seams to you guys. I mean, does that help being a hitter? I think it would, but I just want to hear what you guys have to say.
I would say it helps out quite a bit. You're already kind of getting a vibe of what the guy's doing. And like on Saturday, we have a guy there. It was their start of the first game. We're going out there prepping to hit a fastball away, and it didn't work out great that game, but we had the right preparation. It's baseball, it's going to work sometimes and it's not going to work the other times.
Yeah.
What I do want to ask for you offensively, well, both offensively, but even you as a pitcher, how is it with the clock?
I mean, I'm going to be honest, I don't really see a difference. I'm a high, quick guy, I like trying to get
up
out
and
there
go.
and get out,
Yeah.
and I really haven't noticed a difference in either side of the.
It doesn't mess with you offensively either?
Be honest.
Let's get in the box and go.
Yeah.
You're kind of the same way too. Like, you're not messing around.
Yeah, recently I was pretty slow getting into the box, but I think after my first few games, I think there was one incident, clock got down to 9 seconds, so I had to call offensive timeout. And I just learned from that moment on that, just keep one foot in the box and be ready to go.
Do you guys have to be do they have to be engaged? Do you have to engage the pitcher at a certain point in time?
Yeah.
Or you just,
10-second
is
mark.
it, okay, I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
I knew the big leagues it's that way. I didn't know if the college game you guys had to are they pretty like strict with the rules, or
It's just depending on the umpire. Yeah. We've had some super umpires that want to call it, and we've had other guys. It's not really that big of a deal.
I mean, I know I'm not trying to be up here making excuses, but yesterday's was rough.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go ahead and say that for you guys. You don't have to say it. I watched it. As a matter of fact, I showed this to Ovi. And again, not excuses. You guys don't, you're grown-ups, mature, D1 hitters. But that's tough 0-1 pitch right there, Murf. I don't know what you're supposed to do with that.
There's really not too much to do with that.
And I'll put it up there for people. Yeah, that was your last AB.
Hopfe was safe at first by freaking like 2 steps on that.
That was bad.
That was bad.
Did they change that?
Yeah,
No.
I think they did. You talking about
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Saturday.
No, yesterday.
Yesterday got called out at first base.
I don't think so.
No,
Somebody got called out first.
It was Ben.
Oh, it
Was it
was
Newton?
Ben.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was Ben. Yeah, it was
rough.
He was safe. There's
Just
a
the
couple-
zone seemed to change in like the 5th. I know, oh my gosh, can't think of his name. Big lefty.
Peters.
Yeah, came in, 2 outs, 2-2 pitch, doesn't get a call. To me, it was clearly a strike. And then after that, day kind of just felt weird. Just a lot of weird shit started to happen. But anyways, gonna happen. I just didn't know if the clock was something you guys, you being in high school last year, that's not a thing.
Yeah, you take as much time as you want, you call time, whatever. But now that you don't get that, effect right there, it's just being ready to hit.
Because you get into the professional game, and like I said, you've been there. These guys are it's like religious with their routines, and I mean every pitch. So it's just weird to see it for me, because I just don't really care about the length of the games. So I just wanted to see how it affected you guys. And the other thing I had for you is the baseball grip issues. Do you ever notice? I mean, the college ball, your guys' ball, Do you guys ever have any issues, or you hear the pitchers talk about having any grip issues?
I'm gonna be honest, not really having any grip issues. I kind of just grab it and roll with it.
This seems very simple right here. This is an easy guy to coach. I love it. I bring it up because did you see David Cohn on Sunday Night Baseball? You guys,
Yeah, I did.
You might have still been playing actually.
They did because Scherzer just got suspended for 10 games for the
I saw
rosin.
that.
So they did a thing, and actually, when the umpires told Scherzer to go wash his hands with alcohol, combining the alcohol, the rosin, and the sweat actually made it stickier. So using the alcohol was actually what helped make it stickier. So
I mean, he had his fingers on the ball.
he was literally holding the ball,
and the
like
ball
this.
was stuck to his fingers. And it's all legal substances.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, what are you supposed to do? I don't know.
I don't know. You guys can't use any of that stuff, Spider Tack or anything. It's just straight rosin.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's guys out there that probably use it, but I mean, I've never been able to use it. I have no idea where the ball is going.
Well, Ovi said that too last week. He was kind of like, I'm surprised that some of these rules aren't like umpires checking you guys between innings or before innings. I don't know. It's going to happen eventually. All of it.
Yeah.
You know, the other thing I wanted to ask you guys, because we haven't done a lot with the dogs, and I've noticed talking to some football guys, a lot of gamer talk on the sticks.
Oh, I'm a huge gamer.
Okay, locker room stuff. Now, just because we're older, like Chad's into the sticks. Okay, don't let the age
Hey, when I was
fool
in
you.
college, Gears
We
of
do
War
have
was
a
a
witness here too, just to vouch for you guys. But the shit talking is always who's the worst. So who's the worst?
What game are we talking
It doesn't.
about?
The football guys always we're talking Apex,
All right.
COD.
I mean, I'm a big Fort guy, sadly,
Okay.
to be honest with you. And I think the worst Fort guy here is Marco Piricello. He's terrible.
Does he think he's really good?
Oh, he thinks he's the best.
That's like that
that's the
American
best.
Idol singer that thinks he can sing.
He's my roommate. We play all the time, and he's terrible. But he thinks he's the absolute best guy to ever play.
And would you agree with that, or
I haven't played with Marco yet. I think the worst guy I've played with
we mean this respectfully, by the way? Respectfully, the worst players on the team.
might be Jack Anchor, my roommate.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, he's decent at the game. He'll do good. He'll get a couple kills here and there, but he'll go down
At
pretty
Fortnite?
quick. Yeah, at Fortnite he'll go down.
I don't
pretty
see him as a gamer though.
Oh no, he's a big.
Is he?
gamer. He's grinding the show right now, like crazy.
That's where I'm at.
See,
on the
that's. So, are you a show guy? Or are you?
I've never played the show.
No.
I've always been like a Call of Duty guy, to be honest
Yeah.
with you.
And that's funny because you're either one or the other. I think like you either like the Call of Duty, the Fortnite, like that kind of stuff, or the sports stuff. I don't know.
Are you big on the show, Murph?
Not really. I mean, I'm decent at it, but I think I've lost to Jet maybe 10 times in a row last time we played, so not too big on that.
Jet's a big show guy.
Yeah, he's a big show
Ruby?
guy, I'd say. Yeah, him and Jack.
I like Jet.
Now this is where I get in with the show. Are you the guys that you can throw balls all the time, or do you minimize it to around the zone? Because when you get the guys that are like, oh yeah, we could throw whatever, and they're like throwing sliders down and in off the ground, and it's harder to hit.
Probably around the zone, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think these guys they're on the field and around baseball so much. Like the show is not a getaway for them.
Yeah. I don't know.
Chad loves that shit.
I love the show. Well, now I have a son, so I just create him for Road to the Show.
Who's the best?
At the show,
Besides yourselves, who are the best?
Yeah, dude, the best for the show, the best for Fortnite, and then
Who's the
best
most
all around.
dominant? It just made me laugh hearing these guys just kind of shit on each other. It was pretty funny. Let it fly. Go ahead.
the show might have to go with Blake Wink. He's been talking some big game in here about the show. He's been grinding it. So I'm thinking he's probably the best show player in here.
Do we don't have no tournaments for this stuff?
Nah, we got to get that
really.
going.
Does anybody take their stuff with them on the road?
Not that I've seen. I've always say that I'm going to, and I just never get around to actually do it.
We'll get like a couple guys that take their PlayStations every now and then.
What about Fortnite? Who's the best? You can say yourself if it is.
I mean, I want to say myself, to be honest with you, but like, I really can't. You know, that's
Because they're gonna roast you if you
yeah,
do.
I know. I can't say that,
Which is
you
fine.
know?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god, it's a tough question.
They need to hear it. Good and bad. They need to hear it all.
I'm going to myself. You know, sadly, I'm gonna
Good,
say it. I
do
think
it.
I'm the best
Yeah,
one.
I like it. That's a
Yeah.
power play.
I'm taking anybody on the team at 4,
Right.
to be honest with you.
I mean, if you want, if you had,
oh, we got a head shaking no over here.
if you had an opportunity to driving the winning run, or there was a runner at third and you needed somebody to hit, who are you going to pick?
I mean, I'm trusting anybody on our team, to be honest with you.
But you're going to take yourself first.
Well, yeah.
So you're good. That's what you tell them.
Yeah.
You should pick yourself. Me. Dude, we did that one time in high school. One of our coaches tested our team.
Yeah.
And he had, you give a kid a bat, they go stand in the box. He's like, listen, one at bat, runner at third right now. Who do you want in the box? And like the first two kids literally went and handed it to somebody else.
Hey, but that's high school. You might.
I know, but you gotta want to be
when you
that
got Murf Gray
guy.
on your team, you think Madera South's not handing him the bat?
Nah, I'll take care of it, Murph. I'll lift the weight.
They are.
Who's second best then? Second best.
I want to know who the all-around worst is at, but
Everything?
but thinks he's great at every. Is it Marco?
Well, I got another kind of question
I'm
leaning
probably
toward.
going Jack, to be honest with you.
He's 0 for 2 today.
I'm going to Jack. He does think he's pretty good at video games, and he's not great. Maybe Ben Newton, to be honest with you. He's not a big gamer, but when he gets on there, he thinks he's pretty decent. He's actually terrible.
We might have to get this out tomorrow for the bus ride.
Yeah.
Some guys hear this on the bus and chatter on the plane. Oh my God. The other one though, and these guys were again the same kind of thing. The guy that thinks he's funny, and that's just truly not funny.
Oh, Roman Angelo. Easy question. He thinks he's hilarious, and he is probably one of the least funny people I know.
Yeah.
Where are we at?
We won't say who we are, but yes, the correct answer. Okay.
Murph,
No comment on this one.
no comment?
No
Okay.
comment on this one.
Do you guys have any alternates? Anybody else thinks they're funny but just is really not? Statzer? Would you guys agree with that one?
I'm going to disagree with that one. I think
I'll
Stats is
disagree
actually
with
pretty
that
funny.
one, Yeah.
Okay.
He's got his moments.
All right. Who is the funniest guy?
Trevor Garcia, by far. Not even close.
I'll probably
Yeah.
go Jaden Shepard on that one.
Shep?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I like that. And then there's who's all business. There's always a guy that's just all business all the time.
I'm probably going to go Travis Welker, to be honest with you. You know, he's
I'll
a
go
pretty
Travis.
serious guy. You know, he makes his jokes when the time's right, but when it comes to business, he's there, and you can trust him with anything.
I like it. And then so who's your team? Big leagues. Who we follow?
I'm going to be honest with you, I don't have a baseball team.
Good.
I grew up a Rangers fan because of Colby Lewis. You know, he's a good family friend, and after he stopped playing, it was kind of hard for me to watch baseball, and I live for baseball. Now I'm doing that every day, and I just don't see a need to actually go and watch games.
Do you find yourself you got to be away from the game?
Yeah, I mean, if we get done with the game, I'm not going and watching anything close to baseball.
You're
I
not
don't
watching
wanna-
highlights. You're
Heck
not
no.
Sunday night baseball. Not even college
Get
stuff.
on Fort.
Yeah, I'm probably playing something video game wise or just clearing my head. If I just played a game, I do not want to know anything about baseball.
Are you the same way, Murph?
Oh, no, I'll go home and watch Wheels as soon as I get home.
Yeah?
Yeah. We all
That's
sit at
great.
home. Yeah.
Yeah, Will's is great. YouTube. You ever watch Will's?
I don't even know. Is that?
It's just some
Like all
channel.
the
He
college
just,
baseball
Oh,
highlights.
is that all the
Yeah.
highlight? I think you've said something about
he just
that.
read like a highlights.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know where all the footage comes from, but
Yeah. But
Yeah,
he does a good job of getting it out fast, too, like same day as the game.
yeah, I would think too. You guys, as much as you're here or watching stuff or being prepared, like most of your time away, if it's not doing school, it's something completely off of baseball.
Yeah.
Like, how much of that do you need?
Outside of baseball or just being away?
Just being, like needing a break during the season. As hard as that is to get a break from it.
I mean, I don't really need a break during the season. It's just kind of like,
I'm talking maybe more mentally. Like, I need to not think about baseball for an hour.
I mean, Mondays usually are just kind of a lighter day. You know, I'm not thinking about baseball, but at the same time, I'm thinking about baseball. But, I mean, I'm in my season mode. It's just kind of, I don't really need off time with it. We know what we got to do.
Who you rock with, Murph? You a Giants guy?
Big Giants guy. Yeah.
I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah, their AAA team's doing pretty good this year. In the
Yeah,
big leagues.
it's tough. Yeah. I think we just got swept by the
Tigers.
the Tigers. I'm not even too sure. I haven't watched the game in like 2 or 3 weeks. I'm just really not impressed right now by the team.
So you were talking about one of your favorite parts of this whole experience is the travel stuff. Just what about it?
I mean, just, you know, when we're traveling, you're just hanging out with everybody. We're all, you know, we're on the bus. So, you know, we got a 4-hour bus ride. We got to figure out something to do. It's just kind of hanging out, playing some sort of card game or just hanging out with the guys. And, you know, when we're out on the road, we're at a hotel or somewhere, you know, we have to hang out with each other. You know, when we're home.
No, but he likes it.
No,
Like,
yeah,
I
I enjoy it.
He likes
I
being around the
got
guys.
you.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's like a bad thing. Like, I enjoy it because, like, I mean, when we're here, you know, we get done with the game. Everybody just wants to go home and chill and do nothing. And, you know, when we go back from a game after, you know, we're on the road, you got to go get food. So, you know, we go in our little groups. We get to hang out. You get to know guys better than you know, you probably wouldn't. You know, it's just a pretty cool experience.
Is it everything you thought it'd be so far, Murph?
It's a lot more than I thought it would be. Like, especially with the flights. My first flight was to Arizona, which was pretty crazy, but I mean, it was cool. But just the atmosphere, just being away, getting to travel way more, I think it's way better. It's pretty great.
Was that the first time you flown?
First time ever.
How was that?
I was scared. Yeah. When we took off, my head hit the back of the seat, and I was just holding on for my life.
How's it been since?
Now it's pretty easy, but like as soon as we get in the air, I'll just go to sleep because the turbulence kind of throws me off a little bit.
That's funny, dude. So, okay, then you guys, what's the card game of choice?
It's usually Scum, and that's a pretty hard game to hard game to explain if you
Okay.
don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But it's kind of just, you know, you got your pairs, you got your singles, you got runs, and just kind of just trying to get rid of your cards.
Well, there's kind of a theme. Who's the worst?
Oh,
Who's the guy never that final table?
you know, I'm going with Roman Angelo again. Rome's not that guy.
He's been concentrating on some quality starts though recently.
I mean, he's been shoving those.
It's been
so.
great. What about you, Murph? You like playing cards with the guys?
Yeah, I like playing Scum, but for the worst player, I'll probably go with myself at the moment. I've been in some positions where I could have won games, and I've lost and got Scum. So, yeah, for right now, me.
You know, what would you tell guys, you know, trying to get in this position, try to be in a D1 locker room, you know, taking these trips, having these experiences, making friends, you know, for life, essentially. What are you telling kids at Madera South or back home at Frontier, you know, in Bakersfield of, you know, your journey's just different. You know what I mean? Like, but it happened, and it can happen for anybody. You know, what would you tell kids that, you know, that are listening?
I mean, I'm a big routine guy, so it's just having a routine, sticking with it every day, and, you know, just keep going. Stuff's always not going to be good. You know, there's a super high highs and super low lows. You just got to stay neutral and just keep going, keep doing your thing every day. Don't miss days, and just got to keep going with it. It's a long journey.
How important, like the classroom side of it?
The classroom
Did
side
you
of it.
expect the classroom side to be what it is?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I expected it how it was, but I mean, there is some key differences, I guess. You know, I thought it'd be a lot more homework, but it's really not as much. You just got to manage your time the right way.
Well, like Ross said, being from a smaller school, smaller area, smaller town,
Yeah.
like you always knew this is something possible, regardless of your talent and skill set. You know, not having to leave that school.
Yeah.
Why was that never something you felt you needed to do?
I never felt I needed to do it because I always wanted to play with my friends and keep playing the game. As long as I was playing the game, it really didn't matter where I was. I was just happy to be playing.
Because we know, you know, things happen. Like dudes, you know, dudes think the grass is greener.
Yeah.
Guys have jumped ship. Like I've heard in Bakersfield, there's been numerous stories of guys jumping here to go here, mainly like a private school. But do you feel that's necessary to get here?
I don't think so. I'm a big guy on loyalty, to be honest with you. You know, you go to somewhere and you got to stick with it. You know, kind of just like right now at the transfer portal, you know, you come to a school, you made a decision to go there. You know, you got to stay loyal to that commitment. You know, people only have their word, you know, and you just got to stay loyal to it.
I like that. I mean,
Well, does it kind of?
I hate the portal.
Well, I was going to ask him that too. Like, so are we not fans of the portal?
There he is. There's Marco. We heard you're the best Fortnite player in the.
I mean, in my household, personally, yes.
I told you. I told you.
We were having that conversation with Ovi a little bit last week, and it came up like with the new recruiting rules. Like, I feel like you might see the portal kind of simmer down a little bit with guys not being able to commit till later in high school. Not all these 7th and 8th graders and the 10Us. Like, do you guys see that stuff? Are you on Twitter? Are you on Instagram? Like, do you see what's going on?
I mean, I'm on Instagram. I don't really go through Twitter.
Yeah,
but
it's not really on.
I'm not seeing anything like that. I see some freshmen committing, which I think is crazy, to be honest with you, but I haven't seen anything
Thanks,
lower than
Marco.
that.
Right through the camera. There you go.
You're fine, bro.
He just wanted to get that sexy stash in the.
He just thinks he's all that.
You were talking about freshmen committing.
Yeah.
Seeing freshmen commit. I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
No, I was just saying, seeing freshmen commit, and I haven't seen anything lower than that, but I think it's wild that they're freshmen commit. You got 3 years to develop and grow or even regress. They're going to make promises to you as a freshman, you haven't even signed yet. So, like, how are you supposed to know that they're going to keep their word,
Would you have seen yourself as a freshman
No.
committing?
No, there's no chance.
What about you, Murph?
No shot. I knew there was a lot of improvement to be done. So I think not committing early is kind of like a big factor to your game because you're going to get better because you want to chase that offer. You want to get it more. Now that you got it your freshman year, it's kind of like, okay, let me just relax a little bit, chill. I already got what I wanted. Now I'm just kind of coasting through high school.
Did you guys stress about it at all? Like, I haven't got that offer yet? Because there was a moment there, and it was like I saw it heavy like 10 or 12 years ago where a lot of guys were, if it wasn't D1, man, we're not playing. What are we playing for? Like, as if JUCO wasn't an option or something like that. Like, did it ever stress you out that, man, I don't have that D1 spot yet?
I mean, I really wasn't stressing. I was just kind of just doing my thing, just going with it, and just, there was a plan for everything, and
it's meant to happen. It'll happen.
It was going to happen at some point. I really didn't care where I ended up. I just wanted to play.
I mean, for me, it's just if you love the game, you'll keep playing no matter the level. So to me, it really was never about, I need to commit this year, do this year. It was just as long as I'm playing, I'm fine.
Roth, you got anything?
I'm excited for this new recruiting thing where guys have to wait. It is funny that all the recruiting you saw the last week, though, before the rule hits in.
Well, they still have 2 days, so it's not stopping. 26.
I like it. I agree with him. I think you said the portal's going to simmer down, but I think you're actually going to see the guys get their right scholarships and not recruit somebody that digresses, because you see that a lot, or a guy that recruits early, they still keep him, and then didn't play to his potential in high school. Now he's going to be a kickback or a portal guy. So I think it's going to help out the overall baseball for college baseball, and I'm excited to see what it has to do the next couple of years. So I know OV likes it. So
pretty cool.
How is it adapting to the speed so far? Just how quick everything goes, how fast the ball's moving, runners are, everything, velo.
Yeah, it's a lot to take in, but I mean, just staying confident, like slowing the game down yourself is really like what helped me.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited for you guys, man. We've talked about a few times, like everything you guys want's in front of you. I know that 500 right across the board, 19-19, 10-10. The guys are on the road Tuesday tomorrow at USF. Then you guys are leaving from there to New Mexico to come back. They play home on Tuesday against Sac State here next week, and then off to Nevada. So it's a pretty good little road stretch for you guys. But I'm excited, man. We've been coming out a lot and trying to get you guys to be here for this Mountain West tournament here and then win it in front of this crowd. How much fun is that just to play around here? The last couple weekends, crowds seem like they've been pretty good.
I mean, the Red Wave's been showing up, and, it's pretty cool to have that atmosphere. Everybody's going crazy, and it helps with us momentum-wise. We know there's guys, we have the whole Red Wave supporting us, backing us up, and it's just pretty cool to play for that.
Hometown people, a lot of South, I'm sure, people showing up every weekend for you.
Yeah, quite a few people show up, and just to see that, all the support I have from Madera, and then the support of the Red Wave is just amazing. It's way different than high school. You get a few fans here and there. I feel like our attendance is just through the roof. We go play different places, and you won't see that many people ever at a game. But here, it's always going to be a packed house.
Yeah, I think it's going to continue to rise. I love it. Last Sunday, I was like, damn, it was a great crowd. This weekend looked like there was some solid crowds, and again, everything's in front of you guys, man. We're pulling for you. We wish you guys the best of luck and health, traveling safe, getting some more dubs. Chad, you got anything else, dude?
no, thanks again for doing it.
Yeah. We're trying to do some more with some pitchers, trying to get more dogs, get spotlight here for you guys. But thank you guys again for giving us some time on your off day, letting us invade the locker room. Again, good luck this weekend, and that's another episode of Hit.OR.DIE podcast.
Hit.OR.DIE.
Thanks for having us.